Shrunken head, broken legs, body parts on the concrete. Cut them up, butcher style gators in the swamp. Red light, leave them dead, running like a track meet. Scared of nobody. What
you know who I am. Give any idea who you're fucking talking to. Or maybe you saw me in the playoffs. I played for the fucking goddamn champions.
Cooking meat, cannibal, trying to eat. I got a zombie army, and you can't harm me.
Hey, watch it.
You voodoo, bitch. Drink blood like a vampire without warning. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Stand up. Sam B got the thing that go bump in the night. Whoa. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Hide your kids, grab your wife, better get out of sight. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Let's go. Sam B to Papa Shango, I'm buried some maybe. Handful of fingertips, toss them up like confetti. Stay full of corpse bitches, I'm a pimp of the dead. Come fuck with a
Another
zombie, I
drunk
put a
jerk
stick
off
in your
against
head.
God's
Look,
gift.
you want ghouls, I got fucking
Stupid git.
Maybe everybody dies, I'm see your ass real soon. Crack pose to the mirror, hot sauce, and they
You're right there, YouTube. It is Krakoon again, bringing you another gameplay / commentary. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be my review of Dead Island, the new zombie epic that's come out. As you saw there, some guy just got eaten right in front of my face, but he's too smashed to even realise what was going on at the time, as you usually might do in a certain situation, but he's knowing enough to wash the blood off his face, which is interesting at the same time. So pretty much without further ado, this is going to be my review into it. This will be posted on my channel as well as LGU's channel, and at the moment this is kind of only an initial review to begin with. I've not completed the game yet, seeing as though the epicness of the game prepares to be very, very long, and I wasn't gonna say repetitive, because it's not repetitive at all. It's just very immersive and brings you into the whole environment of this obviously this zombie outbreak. So generally, right, I'm going to give you a little background discussion of the game. First off, as you see here, you start off the game and you have the choice of picking from 4 particular characters, and I went for the Sam B guy at the end because I like blunt weapons and I like that hammer that he had there, but unfortunately you don't get that hammer to begin with. But obviously you can see there's another person here who's a sharp weapon expert. Then there's a firearms expert, and then there's a throwing expert. So generally from the outset of the game, you can choose on what kind of character you want to build upon and keep on playing through the game with. And as you saw there, that was the first opening skit to begin with at the start. So you saw me essentially in a bar, extremely shit-faced, trying to make my way back to my hotel room because I couldn't handle it or something like that. So that being said, the next day you wake up with a splitting hangover and you've kind of been immersed in this whole situation of a 28 days later kind of theory, of which you wake up, well, in like 28 days you wake up from a coma, but from this you wake up with a hangover into a world obviously beautiful and aesthetically good to look at, except when you see flying bodies come falling down in front of you out of the balcony, but that's a different matter. But essentially you wake up into this and you're unsure of what's gone on throughout the night and generally all the happenings that have caused this zombie outbreak, you could say, like that. So from the get-go it obviously immerses you in from into the game and see what's going on and everything like that. But essentially the game proceeds on, and I don't really want to give away too much of the story mode, but what I will do for you is generally just give you a little quick recap of the game and the game's kind of background or something like that. So essentially you take on the role of one of the 4 playable characters who survived the first wave of a zombie outbreak at the luxury Royal Palms Resort on the holiday island of Bunoi. And what caused this outbreak, as well as why you are immune to the zombie infection, is just one of the mysteries in a grindhouse style narrative that serves as an excuse to you causing many melee mayhem to zombies' brains, or whatever you want to say, like that. So that kind of gives you like a little example upon it like that. But whilst it's great, unpretentious, fun on its own, Dead Island enters a whole new dimension when played in 4-player co-op mode. You can form a balanced team with each of the characters, or mix it up with any way you see fit and have 4 people playing as the variety of characters that I showed at the start. But essentially this whole world is integrated with co-op mode, so you don't have a choice. There's always going to be other co-op players surrounding you, and as you're seeing here, I've just been knocked out twice within a matter of about 30 seconds or so. But what you're seeing as well, gameplay footage wise, is just generally what I've put together so far of me playing the game. So I've got a variety of different clips varying from zombie killing to a few like short cutscenes, and generally just giving you a whole kind of well-rounded look upon the gameplay features of the game, which I've found upon so far. So that was kind of like a little introduction to it. So like what I see in it as at the moment is kind of an individual survival horror based upon your decisions in which quests you decide to do, as well as which quests you decide to do which are going to help people in the long term and everything like that. So Act 1 pops up here, so that was all within the first like beginning intro part of the act. But as you see here, I've earned myself an available upgrade, which is obviously I'm allowed to add myself a skill point to one of these 3 different categories, one being Fury, Combat, as well as Survival. So it's kind of got a whole point character based building system, which is good, and I like that whole factor of where you can rank up and generally depict of what kind of character you want to be within the game and everything like that. So essentially this game so far really does have the feel of what a zombie game needs, in the sense of the whole immersion into this world, and where you are kind of a singularity stacked up against everything else within this kind of zombie outbreak situation. So it does kind of really immerse you in from the get-go, really, and you really do kind of get dropped into it off guard when first initially starting to play the game. So I'm going to explain something here to maybe help you understand a little bit better the whole concept of the game, and maybe understand a bit of the kind of mechanics that the developers have brought into this game. And as you see there as well, though, I've got a little stamina bar at the bottom, and it's always wary to know that with this little stamina bar you can run out of energy and you will not be able to keep on attacking. So it's always a point of being able to manage your stamina and making sure you don't overdo it. And obviously with your skill points building, you can actually add to your stamina, and progression through the game you add to your stamina as well. But anyway, back to my point, what I was saying. To help you try and kind of understand the game a little bit better, there are a few different kind of game concepts which I can describe to you, which will hopefully make you understand the game a little bit better. So, first off, like, it's kind of immersed the Fallout series quests and free mode RPG style with the whole skill point system, and helping you build your character's specs to your level, and making sure you can decide on what you want to do rather than letting the game already have picked what you want. Well, no, not what you want, what they have decided for you, and generally gives you more freedom to kind of design the player that you want to be. So it's got that whole kind of Fallout concept as well as it is in quests, in which you can travel distances and do various quests for various amounts of different people, as well as offering the whole ranking up, leveling up system. So that being said, on the kind of like latter of that, with a zombie kind of mode, it does offer, in my opinion anyway, it does offer a kind of a cross with the Dead Rising ingenuity. Oh, if I can get my words out, ingenuitiveness or something like that. Ingenuity. I don't even know how you say it. The ingenuitiveness with weapons and methods of killing the zombies with different varieties of weapons, and then on a kind of different comparison to that, it offers kind of the visuals and the size of the map from the driving game, Unlimited Test Drive, but obviously being in a completely different genre. But obviously this game, Dead Island, is more aesthetically pleasing because it's more advanced and moved on from Test Drive and everything like that. So this game kind of from the outset does really paint the picture of this original outlook on the zombie outbreak, because to tell you the honest truth, I can't think of any other zombie game so far that has offered this kind of outlook upon zombies. And as you can see here, we're trying to take on this this big hench zombie. And at the moment, I picked up this co-op player with me. As I said, the whole world is fully integrated with co-op, up to 4-player co-op play. So I picked up this person here who helped me destroy that person, and that person left, and I'm now actually driving in a car with another person sitting behind me. So I've then actually now picked up another person within the co-op mode. So in a way, you are kind of stranded in the survivor mode situation, but there is always people around the place that are going to be helping you do co-op modes and can always give a helping hand if you maybe getting a bit stuck and everything like that. But moving on to generally what I like about the game so far, and seeing as though I've always kind of been an avid zombie killer fan, this game does fall directly in line with me because I've always loved killing zombies, and who doesn't? But for others, this game, for others, some zombie games may not be on the same level as them, or for instance, some people might like Resident Evil, but they might not like Silent Hill kind of zombies, if you understand what I'm saying like that. So, well, that being said, I can thoroughly say that this game offers to all categories of zombie killing players, if you want to say like that, which I thoroughly enjoy I thoroughly enjoy this about the game because, right, for example, yeah, if you are more of a COD Zombies player and you like kind of the first person shooting zombies and all that kind of shit, then this Dead Island will offer you the first person perspective offers a great front row seat to all the zombie killing and all the gore that you can desire, really. But if you're more of a Resident Evil kind of person, then the whole quest factor and the puzzle solving mixed in with zombie killing along the way would really suit you at the same time. So it's kind of got a very broad horizon of what kind of... It's obviously aiming towards the survival zombie horror market genre, or whatever you want to say like that, but the zombie market from my perspective is relatively split up, because I know people that will play Resident Evil but they will not even touch on Call of Duty Zombies. And funnily enough, I'm kind of one of them people at the same time. I absolutely love Resident Evil Zombies, but I cannot stand first person Call of Duty Zombies. So that being said, as I've just said there as well, that this would suit to a first person Call of Duty Zombies player, so it kind of leans away from that and kind of shows you how the horizon is really broadened for this game and everything like that. So that being said, this game will have everything to suit any kind of zombie killing player, but also at the same time, this game does offer a completely, utterly new outlook upon the zombie genre, whether it's from the combination of many immersive aspects of the game that like actually combines the game into more of what it would have originally been. I'm assuming if they only included like a single kind of quest aspect of the game and they didn't include the whole ranking up and leveling up, and as well as the co-op integrated whole world and everything like that. So this game would only be half the game if it didn't have all these amazing kind of aspects of the zombie franchise, or the zombie genre, you could say, that really do make this game stand out above the rest. And I don't know, maybe it's just like the immersive aspects of the game that are really making me kind of like it, or maybe it's just whether it's the combination of the whole sheer size of the area that is infected with this zombie outbreak, or the whole fact of the zombie massacrism that could go down within this area. So you've got to take it for what it is at the same time and really understand. And here once again I run into one of these thugs, and obviously you'll see through like through these game clips, you'll see that as you see here, this person behind him has got some pretty good skills. He decides to remove both of the zombie's arms, leaving him renderless to be able to punch me and knock me down, or you could say like that. So it does offer like unique factors in how to defeat particular zombies and everything like that. But that being said, the reason why he was able to cut individual limbs off is because of the whole auto aim system that this game does offer. And you may be looking at the screen and wondering about how the whole kind of maybe the motion of the player kind of rolls about and everything like that, and how maybe you might not be liking the look of the motion. But to tell you, when you're actually playing the game, it runs as smooth as a baby, and essentially could have the same fluidity as kind of first person shooters previously that have already been out, i.e. Call of Duty, or maybe more towards Call of Duty than Battlefield, you could say. So that being said, right, it does obviously offer a very kind of new, well, I won't say noob friendly, a very easy manner to learn the controller scheme and be able to pick up the controls and understand what you need to do literally within about half an hour to an hour, maybe, depending on how well versatile you are with controls and everything like that, and picking up controls. So definitely does offer the whole kind of easy concept to get immersed within the game and everything like that. So that being said, continuing on with what I like about the game is it's kind of a pro and con at the same time, but it's more of a pro because it directly correlates with Dead Island rather than the other games I'm going to kind of, well, no, I'm not going to compare it with other games, but also with most sandbox games, the autosave feature is not generally implemented, i.e. within Fallout New Vegas, you've got to keep on constantly saving. You can save at a variety of different points, and you will be able to respawn back at them points, but if you forget one time, you may end up having to spawn back a completely different location, a very, very long distance away from where you need to be. Or if it's the Grand Theft Auto kind of sandbox setup, you could die and then you might have to go all the way back and do the whole kind of mission again from the beginning, which can get frustrating at the same time, but also does kind of build upon how much effort you need to put into the game to complete it and everything like that. But with this game, it does actually offer a whole implemented system of the autosave feature, and essentially that issue is void within this game because it offers a fully integrated checkpoint system as well on top of that. So even when you do hit a checkpoint, it autosaves for you. So not even if you complete a mission, it will autosave for you. Checkpoints within the game, it will autosave for you. So generally, that being said, if you are killed within the game, you will spawn directly near to where you need to be, or where you once were before you previously died. And with the enemies also, on top of that being an extremely other big bonus, once you have died and you may need to spawn back at a checkpoint, not only are the zombies still there with the same amount of health that you've already taken off them, i.e. they've still taken all the damage that you've given to them, so they're not going to be rejuvenated health and the same amount of enemies are going to be there. No. Once you've killed the amount of zombies that are already there and you die, the same amount of zombies that were left to begin with are still going to be there. So having the enemies still not being affected, by the whole respawn method and having to reload the game with the same amount of zombies and the same amount of health within the game itself or within the particular mission really does add a high beneficial factor towards the game. So it makes the whole game easier to progress through, as well as being able to immerse you even more because you don't get as frustrated by maybe getting killed and then having to redo a load of stuff that you've already done, which can obviously, from my perspective as a gamer, and obviously I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will agree with me, is a very annoying thing at times. So that's kind of what I've wanted to say. My initial review of Dead Island. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on my channel as well, so make sure you're looking out to that. There'll be a full Let's Play. It's going to be a long one, but that's just what I want to do. I really am immersed within this game and want to continue to keep on playing it because as a gamer, that's what gamers like to do. And I'll finish you up here with this little mission that I had to do. I had to go and partake in helping these people out to... I believe I've got to bring back up a security system or like a security burglar alarm, whatever you want to say like that, as to let these people know that zombies may be breaking in or something like that. So I have to go and reset all these firewalls and stuff. So generally, with that quest being said, the quests do vary and they never are going to get repetitive. But as you see, I finish off and complete uploading the firewall with that computer or something like that. So anyway, that was the end of my Dead Island initial review, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you come over, check out my Let's Play, and maybe there will be a final ending resolute review once I complete the game. But anyway, thanks for watching and peace.